Hey guys, and here we are starting this week in Tyler, Texas. We're gonna fix this foundation. It has dropped about 2 inches in the center across the garage. So we're gonna install approximately 40 piers to restore the foundation into a permissible level. So this is the back of the house. Our piers are gonna come all the way to that corner, the inner corner there. They're gonna come outside, all the way there, across the laundry, and then all the way to the front, the garage, and we'll cover all the garage. Here, right there, this is a patio. It's closed, but it's a patio. This house has all the grills and everything right there between the house and the patio. So we're going to be digging a tunnel from here all the way into the house, approximately 36 feet of tunnel. Then we're gonna have piers all across here and here. We can't damage the pipes or anything, so here it's gonna be definitely a challenge. I think maybe instead of digging in this area, we're gonna dig inside the garage. That's gonna be safer. We have the gas lines and everything here in the outside. Then we have electricity here. So yeah, this is gonna be definitely a nice challenge over this week. So we have some breakouts in here. The guys already digging through there. We have all these holes here ready. You know, the foundation is not that deep, honestly. It's maybe like 24 inches deep. I think it's, I will expect that maybe the soil is very hard during summer, and because it's sand, like the bearing capabilities are better than the mud. So I will say that the builders, expected that this soil will not drop down, but the constant pressure applied by the weight of the house, because you can see it's a big house, it's all stone, so the weight of the stone and the foundation on top of the sand over the years, and with accumulation of water, soften the soil so the foundation drops down. So that's the hole I just do. I just start the other one there. After finishing that one, I'm gonna have one on that side and one on that side. After finishing that one, I'm gonna start installing piers along Carmelo. Let's just hope it doesn't take like 40 feet deep, but whatever it takes, it is what it is. Here, they're not hybrid piers, they're steel piers. We're gonna go all the way down to bedrock with a steel pipe. Okay guys, so I just finished that hole. This one, Moises is digging there. We still have one more here. Julio's in the corner. So we're getting closer. Definitely the soil is really soft, and as expected, it's taking a lot of material. It's going like 30 feet deep on the first hole Carmelo just installed. The customer was very kind and he allowed us to stay on his house by the lake while we performed the repair. It's just like 25 minutes away. Hey guys, we are back at this repair. Yesterday we got a lot of progress with the digging. Here's the tunnel where we're starting the tunnel, and we're gonna continue digging that side of the house right now. So the customer yesterday was talking to me and he showed me that the pool has cracked because the soil is super soft. It's very faulty soil and the weight of the pool has pushed down. So there is a crack that comes from there all the way here. Water is leaking through there. The pool has an autofill and you can listen to the autofill that it keeps filling the pool. He asked me if it was good to shut it off, but I told him that it's not a good idea because normally here in Texas, if you let the water level drop, it's very likely that the soil is gonna push up the pool. So that creates more problems. So now he's asking us if we can install piers along this side of the pool to stabilize it and prevent it from continue sinking down. Then pool people can install clamps to fix the crack and the leak. We're just getting started. The second day, we still have a lot of holes to dig, mostly on this side, 5 or 6 more holes, and then the tunnel, so it's gonna be a lot of dirt. Stay tuned and watch how we rescue this home from these faulty soils. It's supposed to rain later today, maybe by 1 to 3 p.m. more or less. That's the forecast, so we're trying to get as much progress as we can. And I'll be going back to Carrollton to purchase more pipes. We brought 800 pipes yesterday. I gotta bring about 500 more on all the steel top caps. So the guys are finishing unloading the trailer. We're gonna leave all the bottle jacks and everything here at the job site so I can drive all the way back empty, so I can bring all the rest of the materials at once. We are going to continue in the tunnel. We found out that the house has no footings under this area of the house. There are no footings. The only footings are here. This is exterior wall. This is a patio. So this is exterior wall. It has a footing, but there are no footings on all that side until the exterior wall. So we're gonna dig a little bit more of tunnels so we can put piers in the center of that part of the house. Then the pool is leaking. You can see all the water that the pool is leaking. So all the water is coming from the pool. The pool has an autofill system. So the pool, the autofill keeps filling the pool, but all the water from the pool is just going this side of the house. And also over there you can, when you walk, it's all wet. So we're gonna use the pump. You can see more water. More water, or draining. We're gonna start draining the hole and then we're gonna get back to dig the tunnel. We're gonna go work inside the tunnel. We're gonna be trying to help Mika. Hey guys, so we are done with the length of the tunnel. We have this graving. So after excavating all the length of the tunnel and doing the areas, or digging the areas for the piers, we're gonna start installing all of these steel piers here. So we're gonna have 2 piers here on the entrance. Then we have another one here. We have another one right there. So we have another pier there. And the other one is all the way there on the cross. Here we're gonna have a few piers too on the area just with concrete. These are gonna be just for support. So after we lift the grade beam, we're gonna have like 3 piers under the concrete slab for support. Then we have all these pipes. We're probably gonna have to install some hangers to the pipe, because this is just sand and the sand is wet, so it's just collapsing. So we're gonna have to add some hangers there. Here we have the footing. We have another pier there, and that's the last one. So we have like 36 feet length of tunnel from the entrance all the way to the back. It's about 36 feet. And then we have like 5 more feet over there, and we have the other tunnel that Julio and Waham are digging. So we end up digging about 55 to 60 feet of tunneling in total. So from this beam, we don't have any other beam all the way to the exterior wall of the garage. On the garage we don't have any footings, which is bad. They shouldn't have done it like that. We should have beams at least every 14 feet. Normally on a big house like this one, 2-story house, the beams should have been about 28 to 36 inches deep by 18 inches width at least, and they should have been located at most every 10 feet apart from each other. No more than that. So in here we have a beam here, and the other one is around 60 feet distance. So we're gonna start installing all the pipes. Oh, las cargas. Hey guys, so we are finishing setting up all the bottle jacks. As you have seen on all those clips, we have all the steel piers ready, and we're just about to start lifting and leveling the house. So the house right now is about 2.5 inches low. We're going to at least try to lift 1 inch. Some areas like all beneath this area inside the house, it has no beams. So we need to be very careful to not damage the concrete. Okay, so now we're gonna start lifting. We're gonna start lifting in the tunnel. That's the lowest area. And then after lifting on the tunnel, we're gonna lift on the exterior and on the sides. I need to be inside checking the levels while the guys lift. So we start digging here to come under the house. So you can see the grade beam comes here, the footer, and then it just stops. So all the areas that we have dug under the house, there are no beams. So that's why the concrete is flexing, unsettling, dropping. The sand is too soft, too wet because of the pool leak. So it has caused the soil to lose the load-bearing capabilities, and now the concrete, the foundation with no beams, it's just flexing, dropping in the inside. So we're gonna fix that. So I mean, the house is gonna be properly fixed, the foundation is gonna be properly supported, and it's going to be stable. The piers, even without the footing, they're going, instead of 30 feet, they're going like 24, which is quite close to the actual bedrock. The reason they don't go as deep as the ones with the beam is because the concrete can't stand all the pressure. So here we have steel angle. This is how they work. So the difference with this, the way it helps, is that if without the angle, the concrete is just more or less like 5 inches. So if we have all the pressure from the bottle jack on a single spot, it's a lot of force, it's a lot of pressure, so the concrete can crack. It's not the same when we have the beam. The concrete is so thick that it can withstand all the pressure, all the force. But in here, because the concrete is not as thick, the bottle jack will just break through. Or at the moment we install the piers, you can see the steel pipe here. It goes 24 feet deep. So at the moment we're pushing the pipes into the soil. If we have our hydraulic ramming here, applying all the force in the same spot, it could just break through the foundation. So with the angle, this metal plate is 2 feet long, 2.5 feet long. So now all this force is not on a single spot, it's being redirected into all the surface area, so the house is lifting more evenly. You can see here how we have lift. So that's the gap from all the lifting we have done. So we have lifted about 1.5 inches. There's still like 3/4 inch to 1 inch of drop compared to the center of the house, but this is a big house. So the house being somewhere around 1 inch difference is not bad. But of course, since the house has no beams in the interior areas, that limits our capabilities of lifting. That's because as we are lifting, since there are no beams, we need to be more careful so we don't damage the floor. So if we lift too much or put too much stress on the spots, on the piers with no beams, we can create some bigger issue. So it's best to just stabilize. But from 2.5 inches low, we are now at 1 inch, so it's still quite a good improvement. So here we're gonna take a look at the other tunnel. Again, you can see the lifting here. We lift somewhere around 2 inches more or less. That's the gap. Before the lift, these pipes, when I was just sitting in here, the pipe was lower, so it was almost flat. So right now they recover the drop they had when the house was built. So you can see the foundation was sitting in here, and this is the difference. So it's 3 full fingers in there. So you can see the pipes went up. This is a benefit of the tunneling. Usually, most of the cases, not always, it's not a rule, but most of the times the plumbing runs near the footing. So because it runs near the footing, when we dig the tunnel, you can see all the pipe is visible. See? Oh, sorry. Sorry guys, I unplugged the AC, the AC, sorry, the fan. So you can see here the gap where the pipe was sitting and it went up. So when we do the work from above, all the pipe is surrounded by all this dirt. So if you lift too much, if you lift the house too much and you didn't dig the tunnel, there is when you have more chances of having like pipes getting damaged or burst. Like I said, when you do the work from above, you only have like the hole where you put in the pier, so all the pipes that we see in here right now, they're all clear, they're uncovered because we dug the tunnel. But without the tunnel, since they're all buried in the ground or in the dirt, they're buried in the dirt. The moment we leave the house, these pipes get stretched out because the dirt is grabbing into them. So that's when they damage, that's when they get broken. But with the tunneling, that's a really helpful or different situation, because since everything is cleared, like I said, you can see all the areas where the pipes went up. And it's not actually bad that they went up, because like I said, if we bring down this pipe to where it was before lifting the foundation, the slope here, it's almost flat. So this area was having trouble draining properly, but now we again have the proper slope, and it goes back because all these pipes run to the front of the house. So we have a good slope again, and they didn't get damaged. Again, you can see here how much we lift. This is not gonna be an issue because we have interior piers very close to each other. We have a footing in here, so this is our main load. But because we don't have more footings across these areas, we have more piers. See, we have another pier here. Again, we have our steel angle to support. We have another pier right there, right in front of us. And then we have piers every 6 feet. So this area, this entire section of the house is not sitting anymore on the faulty soil, on this soft sand. So it's not gonna settle anymore. And the pool has been drained, and they're gonna be fixing, or they're gonna be working on it. They're just evaluating the options. If it's better just to remove it, get rid of it entirely, or trying to fix it. But if they fix it, there is no real warranty. It's not gonna leak anymore, and it needs to stop. Right now, they're just digging another foot towards inside the kitchen. That's where the pantry is. We're gonna put another pier on this side, the pier that I show where Carmelo is working. So we're gonna install 2 more piers with 2 more steel angles. And after that, we're gonna adjust this section. Like right now we have about a 1/4 inch lower than the rest, so we're gonna make it all even, like around our measurement. Our final measurement in this area compared to the 0, the center of the house, is going to be around -0.8 to -1. That's an improvement from -2.5. 2.9 was the lowest area, so we're back at 3/4 to 1 inch low. So it's a big difference. You can tell, you can see all the signs in here. And I'll show you the inside of the house later on, after we shim all the piers and evaluate if we have cosmetic damage or not. But usually we can save a lot of the cosmetics inside the house if we install piers properly spaced from each other, like we're doing here. Sometimes some companies or some engineers recommend the piers to be spaced further away. Sometimes they recommend them 8 feet, 10 feet, but we never do that because that means more chances of failure down the road. And also at the moment you're lifting, if you don't have the piers closer to each other, the areas in the between, they start caving in, they start flexing, they have more stress points, so the foundation can crack and damage. So having them at 6 feet apart from each other is definitely the best we can do. We could do them closer, but it's not really necessary. 6 feet is just perfect. You get really good results. Like I said, I'm gonna show you the inside and you'll see we don't have any cosmetical damage after this. So this is a 3/4 inch pipe, but yeah, the outer diameter of this pipe is wider than the regular 3/4 inch pegs. So we had a huge hard time in getting it fixed. We had to bring the plumber from Dallas to fix it. So it's not dripping. We measure for micro leaks and all that stuff. There's none, so it's been properly fixed. But if for any reason this ever fails, then we're gonna have to come here and reroute the entire line. The good thing is that this line comes from the water heater into the house, like 12 feet into the house. So if we have to reroute, that could be done through the attic over there and plug into the manifold that there is inside. So it's just surprise. There are just surprises after surprises. So on this job we found quite a lot of things that were weird about the house, like the house having no interior grade beams. It only has beams on the perimeter. So this foundation should have definitely had beams across the inside of the house. Then the pipe, this type of pipe is weird. It was discontinued. Apparently there was not a lot of like factories that manufacture the product, and usually it was like, what I was reading about is that the pipe usually was used inside the walls, above ground, not underground. But there are no more parts and it's really hard to fix it. So we're closer and closer to finishing. Carmelo is gonna finish installing the pier right there. The guys finished tunneling under there, and Carmelo is gonna install the pier right there, right after. Sorry, the pier is right there. And after that we're gonna just lift and adjust the inside a little bit more. Right now it's about a 1.1 inch low, so we're gonna try to bring it to like -0.8, and everything is gonna be exactly the same. There are a few things that I want to try to correct. There is a crack right there. It was wider. It improved a lot, but I want to see that if lifting this line here where we're installing piers, the new piers are there and there, and we have a few piers here. So I want to lift this up, try to improve that. And also right now, after lifting the outside, this wall is like blocked. It's hitting the floor because that's has come up. So I'm gonna try and lift here, and that's gonna be it for the leveling. So right now we have all the exterior piers on that side shim. Mika and El Morrito are starting to backfill, like they have a lot of progress with the backfill. So this is how it looks right now. So the cleanup is always faster. We still have to run the drain, but yeah, we're getting a lot of progress here. So it's most likely we're gonna finish tomorrow. That's gonna be the 7th day. So 7 days to fix this entire house. Of course, it's not all done yet. You can see the huge pile of dirt. We still have to backfill all this into the tunnel. The good thing is sand. It's usually easier with the sand. It's just that it's wet. Now the pool has been drained, finally. You can see the huge crack is here, goes across like that, and through all that crack it was leaking all the water. It has a few cracks in there as well. So all the water was leaking through here and going under the foundation. Then the footings are not really that deep, and the interior has no load-bearing beams. So because the soil was getting softer and softer with all the water coming from the ground, pretty much it lost all the compaction, losing all the load-bearing capabilities. So the foundation starts settle down like in quicksand, you know. It's just like the house was being just swallowed by the soft sand in here. So all the deck around the pool is going to have to be removed, and piers are going to have to be installed around the pool. Then after doing that, they have to relay rebar in the inside and pour concrete again, shoot concrete again. But they're evaluating options. An engineer is going to come here and he's going to determine if it's worth it trying to fix it, or if there are no warranties, it's going to stop the leak. So if it has to be demoed, all this is going to have to be like removed. So yeah, it's sad, but unfortunately all this problem is most likely coming from the builders. The pool should have had piers installed from the beginning. They were not. The sand probably wasn't packed down properly, so the pool failed, causing a huge issue to the entire house. So that's what happens when the builders don't know, or they don't do what they're supposed to do the right way. I know it looks very messy. With all the water, it was even worse because it was just kind of like mud, like all the sand was really soft, and you can see like, yeah, all the mess. But once we finish, it's gonna look really nice, like none of this was ever done. The last thing is gonna be, after we finish cleaning up on all that, we're gonna dig this trench. The trench is gonna come along here, we're gonna take it all the way there. So with that, we're gonna help all the water drain from the gutters, so we don't allow anything to stay right there. We're going to unload the entire trailer, all the material and everything, and I'm gonna head to buy gravel for the drain. Hey guys, so while I was out getting the gravel for the drain, the guys start backfilling everything, so it's getting closer to finish. You can see the big difference, and of course we're gonna clean up all this mess. Now we're gonna just take a look at the tunnel and start backfilling. Hey guys, so this is how it looks, the finished pier. So it's a steel pier. Where we had the bottle jack, we shimmed and removed the bottle jack. So you can see the gap all across the house. As I mentioned, we lift the house about 1.5 inches. That's where we put the steel angle beneath the pantry. You can see the gap all around. All the piers are spaced about 6 feet apart from each other, so the weight of the house is properly distributed on the entire piers, and then the piers are directing that way, that load, into the deep load bearing strata. Hey guys, so we backfilled a lot today. We had a lot of progress. We made a lot of progress today. So tomorrow we're gonna wash this. Like I said, they're gonna have to tear off all this patio to fix the pool. They have to install piers around the pool, then try to fix it. Tomorrow we're gonna wash all this. We're gonna finish cleaning everything. For sure we're gonna be all done by tomorrow. We backfill a lot of the tunnel. We have the pipe there. We have to buy a few supplies for the drain. All this side is almost done. Just the final grading, that's all we have to do. The final grading. Scrape a little bit of the dirt and put it together. Make the grading, the positive grading, so the dirt pushes the water away from the foundation. This is sand, so it packs really good. So this is all done here. This is all done too. So pretty much we have to finish backfilling the tunnel. That's gonna probably take us like a few hours more. It's a lot of progress. Then we're gonna clean up all the garage and everything. It's a lot of sand everywhere, but the good thing about the sand is that it's way easier to clean with sand than it is with clay. The good thing is inside is all good. We have all the piers done. So we all are so close to finish this. Tomorrow's our last day. Finally, we spend the entire week in here. I'm sure the homeowner is tired of this, but it's all done. We have the gravel. This is all the gravel for tomorrow. So we're gonna put this in the trench, finish the drain. That's it. So yeah, finally we're going home. This house, these customers have been really nice to us, and we're just happy that we were able to help them. So let's get it done. Thanks for always watching our videos and the support to our channel. If you have any questions, let us know. I'm always happy to discuss or answer any doubts. Hey guys, so we just came back from Home Depot. We have all the supplies ready for the drain, and we have a lot of progress here. We're almost done. So we're gonna patch the concrete on these holes, but we already backfilled and we're almost done with all the cleanup. Here we have our material, or the leftover, so we're gonna put all that back into the trailer after we finish the drain. As the guys install the drains, I'm going to re-measure the foundation elevations, and I'm gonna create the topo maps report. So we're gonna keep track of these foundation elevations along the years. In 6 months, I'm gonna come back and compare how the house settles. This is a big house, so on our drawing, we're gonna focus on the areas that we fixed. So we're gonna be setting up our reference point here. The center of the house is around there. I'll show you the measurements, but we're gonna take the 0 here and then check this all area. So this is where we have the piers. We don't have piers here. Our piers are all under here. So we have a hole there and a tunnel that comes all the way here. Then the tunnel comes all the way from back there on the front. The tunnel comes all the way here, and we have piers all across this line. Then we have piers on the exterior patio right there. So we lift all this, and here we have piers all around here. We have piers all around here. Then this hole here, we have a tunnel that comes across all the way to the center, and we have piers on there again. That's the exterior. The patio is over there, so our tunnel is in there. So we have piers there. This tunnel comes all the way here, and we have piers there. Then we have holes in the garage. This is where we didn't have any footing, any beam, so we dug from there all the way here. And then same here, from there we came all the way here, and then behind this wall, this door, we have the exterior again. So this is exterior. The tunnel was right there, so that tunnel is the same one that I was mentioning, that goes from here all the way to the front. So all this area, all this section of the house has piers all around the beams and all under the house. So we have piers all under this section, across tunnels, and on the exterior. We have some piers here on the garage and on the back of the garage. So I'm gonna take the measurements now, see how level it is, but we expect all this area to be level. Should be just about ½ inch to 1 inch at most of difference compared to the center. So our building code establishes that we may have drops or tolerances of up to 1 inch on every 20 feet of distance or 30 feet of distance, but most of the structural engineers, they go based on the 1 inch over 20 feet. So our reference point is going to be there. From there to any section on the laundry, we have well more than 20 feet. So having around half inch to 1 inch is perfect. Here's our level. Okay, so we have the final elevations recorded. Here I'm going to show you the cosmetic damage that happened around the house. All this started with the foundation failure, but it didn't really get any worse with the repair. So that's a crack on the wall. There's another crack right there, but you can see how it's pretty close together. Then the door was not really working. Right now we can open it, close it, and put the lock in. That's working. And on the walls we don't really have a lot of damage. There is a crack that was big and it was really bad, and it's now way closer than before, right there. And that's pretty much it, honestly. And we left the house about 2 inches. The total elevation drop was almost 4 inches. Right now it's within 3/4 of inch. So pretty good. We lifted 2 inches more or less. all the doors are working and everything. So all these areas are underpinned and secured. And I'll show you the final elevations shortly. We're just gonna record the ones on the garage, but all this is good. All this area has only about minus 0.5 on the worst scenario, some points. So as I show from the front of the house, which is really probably 60 feet away from here, we have about a 0.5 drop, and then from there all this section of the house has ½ inch. So we made all this level. The corner over there was almost 3 inches low, so there was quite a different elevations here, and we were able to make them all the same, minus 0.5, minus 0.6, which is really good. And we have piers everywhere, every 6 feet. So we have the piers that come here, then from there we do a few piers here and there. So all this section has piers every 6 feet apart from each other and is properly supported. These are our before elevations up to we have differences up to minus 2.5 inches, and now we only have ½ inch. 0.6 is the lowest now. So here's the before and after. It's a really good improvement. Now we have recorded the final elevations and we are so close to finish, so we just have to clean up all this. This is just the leftover dirt. The drain have been installed, we're just finishing that up. So we have our gutter here, comes from here, and all this trench was filled with gravel, with wash stone, 1 inch wash stone, comes all the way here. Right now we're just prepping out so we can pour the concrete. We're gonna patch those holes. We're just not gonna do the tile, but as I have explained, either they demolish the pool or fix it, they're gonna have to take off all this patio around it. So there's gonna be heavy equipment to maybe install piers or to demolish the pool, whatever whatever the route they decide to go. But yeah, so we're just gonna clean up this as best as possible. We're gonna patch the holes, and then I assume that the flooring is not gonna be redone until they fix this. So we're just gonna clean up the dirt from there, grade it whenever we need it, and do the proper cleanup, and we'll be all done. So far you can already tell the big difference, how it was in this morning or even yesterday. There were mounds of dirt everywhere, so you can really see the difference on this. So we should be done maybe in a couple hours at most. Let's walk the job site to explain all this was done. The tarp here, we're just letting it dry, but all this is finished already. Our trailer is empty, like we already unload all the stone, all that was used on the drain. Now we're just gonna start loading up the tools. We have everything here. They're starting to mix the concrete. We have our bottle jacks, our hydraulic machines. Carmelo is mixing the concrete. Es como Moisés. ¿Cómo es el Moisés? No, ya le sacó mucho, ¿no, hueso? No. Con sudito. ¿Por qué no agarra una madera para darle nuevo? Ahí ya le dejó hueco. Está muy bien. Solo Bajama graba, dice el muy simple. Y el Bajama dice solo a me lo graba.
Pues cuando está grabando el monitor en el teléfono.
Sí, cierto.
Ah, sí, bueno, un día está viejito.
Luri Puri. And we are all done. We're just gonna do the final walkthrough.